Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a brand new series for me. It's Punched Out Thursdays to Die For, and as you can guess from the title, it's about punches and dies. So I thought I'd go all out, and I'm going to be working with a photo of our house in the snow, and it's the we had a nice snowfall on Saturday, and it's kind of still around. And how I notice it's around is when I drove to the doctor's office this morning. It's the first time I've gotten out on the road since the snowfall. I would have thought by now, normally in Georgia, the snow would have melted away and we'd have melty stuff on the roads that would have frozen in the overnight below freezing temperatures. But instead, there's snow still around, enough of it to actually reflect off the bright sunlight, which is already low in the wintertime, to absolutely make it blindingly bright and glary to drive. So if it's not freezy roads, it's glary sun. But I suppose I made it there and back safely. Okay, so here's my photo. And I have filtered it so that trash cans that are out in the street and things like that kind of get blurred. But you can see the snow in the trees and on our evergreen shrubs and in the yard. But you can also see that the concrete, which holds a little of the heat from the previous heat wave that we've had, is clear. So we're lucky with that. We don't have to shovel streets and sidewalks. But there's the back of my son's truck here in the driveway, and it's the only nice photo of the house we had with the snow on the roof and things like that. So I'm gonna try to cover that. I decided that die cutting a million snowflakes would be kind of fun for this. So I also found this is a jelly print. It's not really a gel print. It's the paper that I cleaned my brayer when I was doing gel prints. And I kind of liked the color combination. And at the time, I had done some snowflakes. I was maybe going to make this into a Christmas card or a Christmas page, because I had some Christmas collections that had some yellow, and I kind of wanted to pick up this yellow. So I had done these snowflakes through a stencil. And the paste I used kind of snuck under the stencil and made them blurry and kind of nasty. But I thought, why not? I could still use it, and I can layer die-cut snowflakes on top of these snowflakes and kind of hide how ugly they are. And I can highlight, kind of maybe bring out some of these outlines of snowflakes that were made when I cleaned the stencil onto this page. So I took a photo of this paper, and then I printed it, and I actually die cut some snowflakes out of the paper, and I die cut some on the photo of these. They kind of didn't come out very cute. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. These are some other snowflakes I die cut out of some blue glitter paper, and then just some plain white cardstock. And I have some snowy looking flares. I'm going to put those aside. And before we go any farther, I'm going to go ahead and do some splatters on these snowflakes and on this sheet of paper. And I'm using my mix of, this is it used to be White Dilutions spray ink. and it was a nice opaque white when it came out, and I loved it, but I ran out, and I haven't bought any more because what I do is I put in a little bit of white latex paint and a little bit of gesso and some water to make it kind of ink consistency. It, of course, will not spray through the sprayer, but it will splatter on paper just perfectly. And I'm going to do quite a few on the paper and then some on the snowflakes themselves. And then I'll put that kind of, I can't really put it off to dry. I'm going to have to maybe do some, and these, when I say they splatter perfectly, it's not splattering as nicely as the ink used to. So I may actually need to go replace that ink. I actually got a, I think I got, when I bought my set of Dina Wakley gloss sprays, I think there might be a white in there. Let me see if there is. I don't see one there. There we go, there is a white. So why don't we try that? Never tried this before. I'm hoping that's mixed up. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's doing a nice, small, snowflakey looking splatter, which I like. And I have no idea how the finish will dry, but by the name, I'm gonna guess it'll be glossy. And that will be nice on the page. It's very fluid, a lot more fluid than I remember the Dylusions. Okay, that's probably enough. I'll kind of, I'll set these aside, but this guy is going to have to get dried off with my roll of paper towels, which is somewhere handy. I have, as many of you know, done a lot of reorganizing lately, and in the course of that reorganizing, I've put some things away, quote unquote, and away means in a place that I don't, not the place that I have been used to looking for them for, these many years, and off to a place that is probably reasonable and appropriate, but not someplace I know to look yet. So, okay, that somewhat dried some of the blotches. And the thing that's cool is when you dry these and they get blotchy, they look even more like real snow. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to use this kind of right smack here in on my page. But I want to be very careful that the edges go down. And I may end up using a medium to make that happen. I'm gonna I'm hoping to obscure the seam where this paper ends and the cardstock begins by just layering a million snowflakes over it. So maybe the seam doesn't matter that much, but we'll see. I think this is the way I wanted to do it, and I'm going to stand up so that I can look down and see that it's fairly well centered. And it's a little bit ruffly because all of the stuff that's been added to that, it's just plain typing paper. All the stuff that's been added to it has, you know, just kind of caused it to crumple a bit. The photo, I think, is going to go right there. And I have a little tray of embellishments that may also help me obscure those edges. For example, I thought I might use this. This is an acrylic kind of icicle piece. All of these pieces are from Bramble Fox, and some are from last year, some are from this year, some are from their advent calendar, some are from the Fox box that I subscribe to. And to be honest, when I pulled them for this, I didn't maintain their identities. And so I can't tell you which is which. But I wanted this to kind of show right there on the and I want to put this guy, this is an ice skating bear. I want to put him overlapping the photo. So I need to put the photo in a place. Now, I have done layers of bits of foam behind this, but I wanted to raise it up a little bit more. And so I added that sheet of foam, and it's not picking up the glue. So I want this maybe right there. Okay, and let me get the adhesive tape off that guy. I'll have him ice skating on the icicle there. And then I have an ice skating fox here that I'm going to have maybe layered over a snowflake that is over the, let's see if I can get a snowflake that has a fairly solid, if I put the snowflake here and the little fox there, that might work. Okay, and this has already got a little bit of a, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't completely cover it. I'll have him skating off, like onto the photo there, and I'll have him leaning over a little bit that way. And then I can put some other snowflakes, smaller snowflakes around in there. And for example, let me do this one. I'll kind of hang it Well, actually, that one might be cute right smack in the middle of that. Let's just do that. That's kind of cute. Okay, now I'm going to start layering snowflakes. I'll have them going off of the gel print page or my cleanup sheet. And I'm just going to kind of maybe add a few flares in. Actually, I prefer this color right there. Okay, and then there, that allows me to maybe do this a little off to the side so it doesn't obscure that snowflake completely. It just kind of maybe takes your attention away from the fact that that is maybe you want to do this one not quite at the corner. This one is kind of in that corner. And this one, let me put that. I'm doing the larger ones first, and then I can layer smaller ones on top. Let's do this. And I may do one of those smaller glitter ones. Actually, I could do this blue bramble fox one. Maybe right there. And I kind of want my title, which is going to be Frosty. It's a kind of a clear blue. I'm going to put it over the yellow part so that it turns the blue a little bit more teal. Put very little adhesive on it and kind of rub it around. And I think because of the difference in texture, I think that's going to show. I've got this word burr, and then I've got this let it snow. I could maybe put the let it snow here and then layer some snowflakes over it. And then I could put burr maybe right let's see, I might like burr there, and let it snow could be down here and kind of a little bit off at an angle and underneath that. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. I have, I think, remembered to remove the backing off of everything I intended to possibly use. Okay, there. And then I'll do a little bit on here. And I really don't want globs of glue to show, so I'm going to kind of spread the glue around just to make it tacky. Okay, and I will tell you that these were all die cut using my new magic plate on my Tim Holtz Vagabond. And I had to do some kind of messing around. I'm going to put those are smaller, so I'm going to put them on later. Let me take one of these snowflakes here. I'll kind of put that down. I like that it's picked up some of that blue from this section of the paper. Let me just put these on my tray. They're dry enough, let's say. And I can pick them up. So I'm going to sit back down now and start piling on snowflakes. I'm going to put this nice stitched snowflake maybe right down there. I'm just going to kind of alternate them so they're not all in a row. And I have some that are able to be, you know, some that have centers that allowed me to put some foam behind them. So I'm going to go ahead and use those to kind of layer up. Right here, I actually may need more foam on that one because I've got this photo kind of double layered, and where I want to overlap the photo, I may need some extra foam. So anyway, about my magic plate, I had some messing around that I had to do to figure out how many shims and which one of my many plates or base plates I had. I really had been for years using my magnetic plate, and I loved it, still do, and so I wasn't quite sure that the magic plate was going to work, and it actually made such nice cuts the other day through a that's one of our ones that was cut from the background. I cut through 2 layers of paper. I folded a piece of cardstock in half and used one die and ran it through, and it cut beautifully. So I was so happy. When I made the first cuts with these, I actually, the plate bent, like it really bent. It folded over itself. And I don't want to cover up that, so I'm going to kind of put I'm not going to use that one there. I'm going to actually do that, and then I will use that yellow one. When I printed it, the yellow came out a much different yellow. I'm going to use one of my flares here to kind of cover up this wrinkly seam, and then on top of that flare I will put a tiny little snowflake like right there. And I've got to get it. I have to decide which one goes on top. Okay, and now I've got some areas over here. Here's where I can probably put that yellow one. It's kind of away from, it's not right up next to that yellow. So anyway, I went back and used one of my old plates, and I actually believe that using the old plate on top and the new plate that next to the paper that you're cutting, I actually think that is the best. It's going to be the best. See, I want to put this right in here. That's the same shape as this, so I really don't want it to compete. So I'm going to use it up here, and that's really far away from that yellow. So I'm going to do something different up there. Maybe, well, what do I want to do? How about another flare, maybe? But I don't want it to be, oh, I'm overthinking this, I think. This one is very different. I'm going to just stick it under there. And that will be fun. It's not sticking off the end of the page, so we're good. And this one has a cut off little arm, so I'm going to stick this right here between the photo and the mat and let it overlap there. And I'll put a tiny bit of glue and then really lift that up. And that kind of stands up and gives it some depth, and I can layer another right under there. Actually, I don't want to cover that up too much. I don't really want to do these in a line. What else can I do? Let me put this one again, kind of partly overlay, but it's the same shape as that one, so I'm not going to do that. I will do this tiny, well, actually, let me do the tiny purple one right there. And then I'm going to add this mirrored snowflake from Bramble Fox right there, kind of inside. And then I will do a white, a fairly small white one, kind of right off there, and maybe a one cut from the paper, kind of over that. Let me get it down there and kind of properly overlaid there, and then that comes down. So I think that line is fairly well obscured. So let's work on this one over here. Actually, I'm thinking this, which is kind of an iridescent goldish, like a whitish gold color, kind of a platinum color, I guess. That looks great. And then this, you can't really see the seam too much, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go here with this guy kind of down below, and then I'm going to do something else. Maybe I could maybe have that hanging off the end of the icicle. Okay, now I need some up here. So let's do this big one. Kind of right there. And this is one that has a little bit of foam. And it can maybe go, let's bring it up to the top of the page there. And then I will use a white one. Right there. And then I might layer this yellow one. Maybe right, actually I don't want the yellow one there. I'm going to go with a white one right up next to the burr. And now, let's see if there's that yellow one right there. So maybe this one could go out there. And I've got this glitter one that can go, it could actually, I don't want them to look like they're just side by side. Maybe up in here. There we go. And I've got a little glittery one that can go here. Let me offset it a bit. And a white one that can go maybe right there on top of that one. And let's see, I have flare here. I guess I could do one. Do I want to use, these are called Bouquet Winter. These flare are all from the same set, January release set. And I don't know which color. I think I like this one right there. And that's my kind of my trio, but I think I can use one here by the little bear. And what I'm going to put on top of it, right down here, is the inside of one of those small snowflakes. Okay, and I have one more white snowflake, and per usual, this is probably going to take me forever to figure out where it should go. Maybe right down here. And then I'm not done yet. I want all of these die cuts to kind of be set off by some sparkle. And I have a few sparkly things here. I've got some gray enamel dots that in my organizing project, I decided these would be there for years if I didn't use them soon. And gray is not my it's not my go-to color, but this little bear is a little bit gray, kind of a grayish pink. And the gray actually, especially as I'm putting them on here, it actually kind of provides a little bit of a neutral to all the color that's going on here. And so I'm going to use those, and then I may sprinkle about a few of the other colors that I have, but not, I'm not going to, the gray ones I'm going to kill. This one was actually loose on my desk, so I'll try to find a couple others that match it to bring, it certainly brings out, it's the exact same color that I have in my cleanup sheet here. Okay, and here. All right, so that sheet is killed, and those gray enamel dots are gone. So yay me. I've got a little tiny kind of teal one right here, and I thought it might be cute in the middle of one of these snowflakes. And I've got some tiny lavender ones that might also be cute. I really, this group speaks to my soul, because I use I was just asked recently what my favorite scrapping tool is. And without a doubt, hands down, it's my Vagabond. I use it for nearly every layout. I am recently obsessed with leaf sprigs, as I think many people are, because I see them for sale a lot right now. So I kind of augment when I take floral ephemera from a collection. I like backing the floral ephemera with leaf sprigs. Even if there are some leaves in the ephemera left, I'll use my leaf sprigs behind and underneath and sticking out of their leaf sprigs. And I just love that look. Let's see, I don't need that big one, but I could use another small one. But let's switch to bling now, or actually I'll do a couple that match that color so that I can get that color around. And they came from here. let's see. I saw a little, here we go. This needs a little one in the middle of it. And I'm sure, well, I've just pushed another one off of there. There's this one right here that needs a center. And there's that one. But I think I'm going to go with bling for this one and this one. Let me do one more bit from here. I really like the snowflakes that I die cut from the photo of the background. I do that a lot, and I'm getting ready to do it for a series tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit different in that I'm going to take a copy. I'm going to do a background and take a picture of it and then die cut some. Actually, I'm going to do the background, and I'm going to then stamp and die cut some flowers, and then in my video, I'm going to do the background again and hope that the second one looks reasonably like the first. Okay, so here's some bling. It's a big old sheet of bling that I got from JoJo Kelly in my Secret Sister gift at the Scrapping Reflections retreat. And I know if you've watched many of my videos, you know I keep bringing things out saying this is my Secret Sister gift from JoJo. Yes, my Secret Sister gift did have that much stuff in it. And when JoJo pulled my name, she knew I love scrapping beach photos and doing beachy layouts. So she gave me just everything anyone could ever want to scrap beach pages. And I absolutely love everything she gave me. So she thought this sheet, when she saw this sheet of bling, she said, aha, that looks like beach bling. So of course my use of it is on a snowflake page. So she's gonna laugh at me. And I'm just kind of decorating my snowflakes here. I'm even gonna decorate the Bramble Fox perspectives because I think it will, you know, every little bit of sparkle kind of draws your eye. Okay, I think I'm done. And, well, I do want to stamp the date. I'm going to put the date right here under the icicle. And you really can't see the seams, and it almost looks as if that's a mixed media background that I did right on the page. And that's one way that I can say that die cuts and punches can help you out. I'm gonna do it, stamp it a few times, kind of at wonky angles. There we go. And that's all the journaling I'm gonna do, because looking at the page, anyone will know that it snowed on that day in 2022, 1922. Listen to me. May have snowed on that day in 1922. I'll have to look it up. So thank you for watching. I really look forward to this series. Can't wait to see what everyone else has done. There are links to everybody else who's showing off their punches and dies, and I hope you'll check them all out. And I am thrilled to be part of this group. Thank you for watching. Bye.